Who is then responsible for environmental education? Environmental education has a range of audiences, from youth to the elderly, and from families to policymakers, and takes place in a range of settings. First, let's look at the individuals involved. Old, young, doesn't matter where they are, how young they are, how old they are. Everyone should play their part in promoting sustainable environment for the future, because we don't know how long we are going to live. So to say, oh, I'm old, and why should I bother? You don't know whether you're going to die next month, in a year. You may live 20 more years. What kind of a life do you want to live? Similarly with the young. So there is no age barrier, there is no age demarcation that says only once you are this mature, you should be aware and be able to do things for the environment. Settings range from schools to courthouses, museums, and boardrooms. So the environment and its condition affects us all, including rooms where policies are made, including rooms, which is classrooms where education in this particular area can be taught. So regardless of looking at who I am or where I am, the fact is, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you are, the environment and its condition will affect and impact you. So what kind of an environment do you want for yourself? Environmental education is said to be formal or informal, where formal refers to education that occurs in a traditional school setting. So let's look, formal and informal. Yes, when we teach students in schools about education, it's a formal setting. We can talk about the greenhouse effect. We can talk about deforestation. We can talk about pollution, contamination. We can talk about recycling, but it's all done in a formal setting. There are textbooks, there are reading materials, there are activities and assignments that students have to do. However, that alone is not enough. Textbook information about the environment is not going to be enough to help students understand why they must act and how they must act. Informal settings then come in. And this refers to education in broader public settings such as zoos or community centers, and through media outlets such as the internet or television, where we can bring the actual conditions. In a textbook, looking at 2 photographs may not be very impressive. But when you look at a 15-minute documentary on what we've done and the bane of plastics and stuff like that, it brings more sense. It makes the issue and the problem more real for our students because they actually are seeing something in the real environment. Therefore, social media and the internet and television will play a very important role in disseminating information about the environment and its sustainability to our students. Environmental education also uses a range of strategies and teaching techniques which can be used separately but ideally build upon one upon the other. So why do we need this variation? You will not understand and work for the environment by reading about the environment and by writing about the environment. You need other strategies like cases, problem-solving activities, puzzles to solve, decision-making activities, and those kinds of hands-on, real-life activities will have to be brought into the classroom to make environmental education absolutely real and apparent for our students. They must understand the abject necessity of doing this education throughout, not just in the final year of school or not just in the postgraduate or graduate degrees, but even at school level. At all levels, young people need to be made aware and understand their responsibility to solve the environmental issues that exist today. Education researchers Scott and Go describe this continuum as including, and this was a study done in 2003, information activities. Yes, young people will need the information, but How are you going to get that information across to them? These are activities. These are not just reading things. So these activities aim to increase awareness and understanding and are defined as informal education. Take a walk in the park. Go and visit the zoo. Look at the conditions. Look at the drought. Look at the state of the animals. Why is it like this? When you begin to do that and you talk, then you begin to understand the gravity of the situation. And second is communication activities. I know, but that's not enough. I need to let others know. That's communication. So what I have learned, how do I get it across to other individuals and other people in my society, in my community, in my lane, in my gully, in my house, in my city, wherever I am? Because the environment is open across the entire globe. And we need to focus on how we can make that environment safe for us and sustainable so that it can sustain our young people's lives in the future.